Gathering for the holidays, the Jones family aimed for fun and ended up in a cave where their story took a dark turn. The Nutty Putty adventure, meant to be a memorable chapter, became a tale of survival and unthinkable loss. Welcome to Disastrology. Here unfolds the reality of their journey into the depths, marking a family's encounter with the unforgiving side of nature. Jon Jones wasn't new to the twists and turns of Utah's caves. The underground was practically his second home, thanks to countless expeditions with his brother Josh. Yet, life's bigger adventures, marriage, fatherhood, and the rigors of medical school at the University of Virginia had nudged caving to the back seat. But when the Thanksgiving break rolled around, Jon saw an opportunity to reconnect with his roots. Heading back to Utah wasn't just about catching up on sleep or escaping the student life. It was about reigniting that spark for adventure with his family. Nutty Putty Cave, with its familiar yet unexplored paths, presented the perfect backdrop for making new memories, blending a piece of his past with his present. Nestled in the vast expanse of Utah's desert, merely a stone's throw away from the bustling life of Salt Lake City, lies the enigmatic Nutty Putty Cave. This natural wonder serves as a gateway to both the novice and the adept, offering an experience as dichotomous as it is profound. Its terrain, a blend of welcoming corridors and treacherous confines, invites a diverse array of adventurers. The cave's structure is a masterpiece of geological artistry, with the maze room standing as a testament to nature's intricate design. Here, a network of openings and tunnels snakes around colossal boulders, each path promising its own unique voyage into the subterranean. It's a place where light and shadow dance in a perpetual embrace, beckoning the curious to delve deeper. Then, there's the slide. More than just a feature, it's a rite of passage for those who dare to traverse its ramped expanse. With a descent that pitches at a daring 45-degree angle, this section is equipped with a guiding rope, a silent guardian against the pull of gravity. It's here that the thrill of exploration melds with the respect for the forces of nature. Yet, for all its inviting chambers and passages, Nutty Putty Cave reserves its most daunting challenge for the intrepid: the birth canal and aorta crawl. These sections are not merely narrow, they are a physical dialogue between the explorer and the earth itself. The tight squeezes and constrictive passages are renowned for their ability to induce a palpable sense of panic, even in seasoned cavers. It's a visceral experience, where each movement is a calculated decision against the unyielding embrace of the cave's innermost sanctums. The historical context of Nutty Putty Cave is as layered as its geological formations. Before its closure, tales of rescues and near misses punctuated its reputation, painting a picture of adventure tinged with peril. These narratives were not just stories, they were cautionary tales that led to the cave's temporary silence, a period of introspection for the spelunking community. In its reopening, Nutty Putty Cave unveiled a new chapter marked by a permit entry system, a measure reflective of the lessons learned from its storied past. This system was introduced not as a deterrent, but as a safeguard, a way to ensure that the thrill of exploration did not eclipse the paramount importance of safety. It mandated the presence of 2 experienced cavers per group, a rule that underscored the cave's dual nature as a site of beauty and potential hazard. This mandate was a direct response to the cave's history of ensnaring explorers within its tighter recesses. The rescues that ensued were feats of human determination and ingenuity, each operation a complex endeavor to reclaim life from the clutches of the underground. These were not mere operations. They were battles waged in the shadows, where every inch gained was a victory against the cave's relentless hold. The cave's technical details, its varying elevations, the composition of its rock, and the temperature fluctuations within its chambers speak to the complexity of navigating its depths. The humidity and the echoing sounds of dripping water add layers to the sensory experience, making each journey a multifaceted interaction with the earth. As the Thanksgiving break approached, the Jones family, led by Jon, began laying the groundwork for their excursion to Nutty Putty Cave. The meticulous preparation reflected Jon's transition from the adventurous caver of his youth, familiar with Utah's underground labyrinths, to a responsible family man and medical student. His previous forays into the depths with his brother Josh had now evolved into a carefully planned family outing where safety was paramount. The selection of Nutty Putty as their destination was influenced by its dual appeal, a terrain forgiving enough for beginners, yet holding challenges that could satisfy seasoned adventurers. Jon, drawing from his rich caving background, knew the importance of preparation. The family gathered to review maps of the cave, focusing on its notable features. The maze room and the slide were highlighted as must-visit spots, promising a blend of fun and controlled adventure suitable for the group's varied experience levels. Understanding the cave's recent history, particularly its closure following incidents of cavers getting stuck, Jon emphasized the new safety measures now in place. The permit entry system was a central topic of their discussions, underscoring the need for having experienced cavers in their group. This wasn't just about adhering to the rules, it was a practical measure to ensure their adventure remained within the bounds of safety. The preparation phase extended beyond mere discussions. Equipment checks became a family activity, with each member responsible for their gear. Ropes, helmets, lights, and emergency supplies were meticulously reviewed and packed. Jon took extra care to explain the use of each piece of equipment, especially the significance of the guiding rope in navigating the slide. The Nutty Putty Cave exploration wasn't a haphazard leap into the dark. It was a calculated dive led by Jon Jones and his brother Josh, alongside a close-knit group of 11, blending family ties with friendship. This wasn't a solo sprint, but a team marathon into the depths, with Emily, Jon's pregnant wife, and their daughter Lizzie, deciding to sit this one out, marking a clear boundary of risk they were willing to accept. Their initial journey through the cave's less intimidating sections wasn't just a warm-up, it was a unifying experience. Here, novices and veterans alike shared a collective breath, gearing up for the heart of the adventure without leaving anyone behind. But the call of the birth canal, with its notorious tight squeezes, was too strong for Jon, Josh, and 2 of their friends to ignore. This wasn't just another tick on the map, it was the challenge they sought, driven by tales of its constrictive nature and the ultimate reward, a room to stand in, a moment of triumph after the struggle. Their approach to the birth canal was no shot in the dark. It was a well-informed strategy. Consulting a map, they plotted their course with precision, an acknowledgement of the cave's history and its capacity to ensnare the unwary. They knew the stories, the rescues, the narrow escapes, and yet, the lure of discovery, the push for personal limits, and the bond of shared adversity pulled them deeper. As Jon Jones ventured deeper into Nutty Putty Cave, the challenge escalated dramatically when he encountered the corkscrew passage. This wasn't merely about navigating through tight spaces, it demanded a level of physical contortion and psychological resilience few could muster. It was here, in the intricate dance of maneuvering through the cave's unforgiving confines, that Jon's experience and determination were put to the ultimate test. Approaching a ledge that seemed to promise further descent, Jon made a decision that would irreversibly alter the course of the expedition. Driven by the innate desire of a caver to explore and possibly find an exit or turnaround point, he pushed forward. As Jon propelled himself headfirst into an uncharted section of Nutty Putty Cave, he crossed into a realm far beyond the mapped and known challenges of the cave. This section, undocumented and unexplored, represented the very essence of exploration, venturing into the unknown. But with this step came unforeseen peril. The passage narrowed dramatically, turning into a tight vertical drop that was a stark departure from anything Jon or any other caver had encountered in Nutty Putty before. In these moments, Jon found himself in a precarious situation, wedged nearly upside down in an impossibly narrow opening. Despite his efforts to maneuver and extricate himself, the cave's grip only tightened. His position became one of extreme vulnerability, a stark reminder of the thin line between exploration and peril. As he struggled to navigate this unforeseen challenge, the reality of his situation became increasingly dire. His arms, pinned in a position that rendered them nearly useless, and his body, contorted in an unnatural angle, underscored the severity of his predicament. The communication with his brother Josh, who attempted to provide assistance, highlighted the intense bond and determination that drives explorers to face and overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. With his arms pinned and his body wedged in a position that defied easy escape, the limitations of human strength against nature's grip became glaringly evident. It wasn't just about being stuck, it was about being ensnared in a way that rendered his experience and physical capabilities moot. Despite the direness of his situation, Jon's resolve to communicate with his brother Josh shone through. It's one thing to keep your cool when you're hanging by a thread. It's another to articulate thoughts, assess options, and make decisions. Their conversation, a blend of determination and desperation, was less about finding an easy way out and more about choosing the least dangerous path forward. Josh, embodying the instinctive drive to aid a brother in distress, tried to leverage Jon's legs in an attempt to free him. This wasn't a simple tug-of-war with nature, it was a gamble, where every pull could potentially exacerbate Jon's precarious entrapment. The physical struggle, coupled with the emotional turmoil of possibly harming rather than helping, brought the severity of Jon's situation into sharp relief. The moment Josh decided to seek external help was a concession to the cave's might, a pivot from reliance on personal resolve to trust in collective expertise. Launching the rescue operation peeled back the layers of complexity inherent in cave rescues. The rescuers were confronted with a labyrinth of narrow passages, each turn and twist presenting its own set of challenges. Assessing Jon's precarious state in such a constrained environment demanded not only medical knowledge, but a deep understanding of cave navigation. The moment Susie Matta set foot in the cave to rescue Jon Jones, the clock ticked louder, marking a race against time under pressure cooker conditions. Matta's entry was a confrontation with the harsh reality of Jon's precarious state, wedged upside down in a passage where space was a luxury they didn't have. The cave's narrow arteries posed immediate logistical nightmares, making every move a calculated risk, every strategy a potential lifesaver or further complication. In the arsenal of rescue techniques, webbing straps are usually go-tos, reliable in their simplicity and effectiveness. Yet, in the tight embrace of Nutty Putty Cave, even this tried-and-true method fell short. Jon's entangled position, combined with the cave's unforgiving anatomy, rendered the straps nearly useless, a sobering reminder of the cave's dominance over human intentions and tools. As hours turned into an ordeal for Jon Jones, trapped upside down in the unyielding grasp of Nutty Putty Cave, his body bore the brunt of nature's harsh reality. The extended inversion wreaked havoc, disrupting his circulatory and respiratory systems. This was a battle for life, with each passing minute escalating the risk. Physically, Jon was fading, a dire reminder of how extreme situations push human limits. Amidst the physical struggle, Jon's mind wandered through a spectrum of states, from moments of lucid faith to the edges of hallucination. It's one thing to fight for survival, it's another to grapple with your own mind in the process. Despite finding brief solaces in prayer and melodies, the cave echoed not just his voice, but the profound stress and isolation he endured. In these depths, a slender thread of connection to the outside world emerged through a telecom system, allowing Jon to communicate with his wife, Emily. Their conversations were more than exchanges of words. They were lifelines of hope, love, and shared strength in the face of despair. Navigating Nutty Putty Cave's confines to execute a rescue underscored the intricate challenge of transporting equipment through its narrow passages. Each piece of gear, crucial for the operation, had to be carefully maneuvered through the tight spaces that had ensnared Jon, demanding not just physical effort, but coordinated teamwork and determination. This operation was far from straightforward. It was a logistical challenge set in the pitch black, requiring precision and perseverance. In the thick of the rescue, the team's spirit showcased the resilience and camaraderie inherent in human nature. Their exchange of stories, mutual support, and collective resolve to tackle each obstacle illuminated the strong bonds formed in the face of adversity. These moments, set against a backdrop of challenge, highlighted the profound sense of community and shared purpose. The installation of a pulley system, fraught with technical difficulties and slow progress, underscored the operation's demanding nature. Each adjustment, each slight move forward, reflected the careful planning and execution required in such a precise rescue effort. However, it was Jon's response to these maneuvers, his intense pain at even the slightest progress, that starkly revealed the critical nature of their mission. As the pulley system, a beacon of hope in the precarious rescue operation, failed, the team faced the stark realization that their last resort had faltered. This moment wasn't just a technical failure, it was a profound setback that tested the limits of the rescuers' ingenuity and resolve. The immediate impact of the malfunction, coupled with the injury to one of their own, brought home the grave reality of the situation. After more than 27 hours in a relentless struggle within Nutty Putty Cave, the effort to rescue Jon Jones concluded with profound sorrow. Jon was pronounced dead, a heart-rending outcome after an arduous battle against the cave's unyielding constraints. Despite the valiant efforts and enduring hope of the rescue team, the tight confines of the cave and the unnatural position of Jon's body rendered safe extraction unfeasible. The cause of his demise was the severe physiological toll inflicted by the prolonged inversion. This unnatural state compromised his circulatory and respiratory systems, leading to critical conditions that his body could not overcome, marking a loss that deeply impacted all involved and the wider community. Following the tragedy, Nutty Putty Cave saw its final days of exploration as authorities decided to permanently close it, sealing the entrance with concrete to prevent future incidents. This closure turned the cave into Jon Jones's unintended mausoleum, a decision shaped by both the tragedy's complexity and a deep respect for his memory. Near the site, a plaque now stands, honoring Jon's life, serving as a solemn reminder of the risks the cave harbored. Thank you.